This broadcast is a presentation of Wcso Sports. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talknin Sports on Max 96.7. Talknin Sports is powered by Anne-Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. Contact Anne-Marie for your mortgage product needs. Talknin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. Trenton Processing. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talknin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talknin Sports. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio for your Monday. Coming up this evening, we're going to talk high school volleyball with Carlisle coach Lonnie Lewis, and later on it's some football, at least one more time on the prep side, this time with a Carlisle High grad and the head coach of the Plano Reapers, Brad Coons. Plus, as always, on a Monday, we have the Body by Boyd Little Longings Pizza, Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week. But first, it's scores and stuff brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning right here in Carlisle, the hometown source for sure for residential and commercial work. And off we roll on the Express Lube guest line to Centralia for Tom Burleson. Burley, welcome back.
Hey, Rip. Good to be back.
Are you outside in the lovely weather, or are you?
Yeah, I just came inside. I was mowing grass.
Beautiful. You are particular with that lawn, so yeah.
It's lovely today, yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm only going to touch on probably the World Series maybe tonight and one more time, unless we have a special baseball person on. But it is, of course, what was that, a week ago Sunday, right? A week ago last night, and the Boston Red Sox did you catch much of it?
I didn't even know they were playing Sunday night, so I don't guess I missed too much.
I don't guess you did then. Well, the ratings were way down. I think a lot of people are sick of the large market teams from the East and the West Coast, for one thing. Plus, the longer you go, if it went 6 and 7, the ratings naturally pick up. But I don't care about the ratings. And I watch and so forth. Yeah, but the Red Sox, they own the Dodgers 4-1, and that is history and put away for another season.
Isn't that Rip? The longer the series goes, the more money they make.
Not the players.
Okay.
No, the players only get paid for 4 games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still a not, but no, the owners, of course, and
sure, yeah, that's not bad.
All that. So Clayton Kershaw, he got paid. There was some. He had the chance to opt out of a contract that was going to pay him $30+ million for 2 years. Why would and he didn't. He stayed. In fact, he got a year tacked on, so now he's going to make $93 million over the next 3 years. And I like Kershaw. He's had troubles in the postseason, especially against the Redbirds, but overall he seems like a pretty good dude. And hey, I'd rather see him get the money than a lot of other jerks out there.
Yeah, I think he made a good decision right there, Rip.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you ever want to? Because I don't think he would have gotten that from anybody because he has phased out in that second season all the time. But still, 3 Cy Young awards and an MVP, an All-Star 7 times. He's going to. He's still a good, at least in the regular. I'd gladly take him on the Redbirds. I tell you that much. So. Yeah,
no kidding. And also, Rip, Seawer Yachty, he reaped in another award.
He did. He got his 9th Gold Glove. Wong was a finalist but didn't get one. And I'm not saying he deserved it. I suppose Molina did. I tell you what, there's some pretty bad catching in baseball anymore, too. And he missed a month, right. And he still got it. Threw out fewer runners than ever. He did miss again around 30 games. But anyway, yeah, congrats to him. But the awards, well, mainly this award, the Gold Glove Awards, our buddy Gaetti got 4, and if you remember, he should have won 6 or 7. But even back then, they started giving it to the guy who had the best hitting. It's not about hitting; it's about fielding. Right. And in '96 with the Cardinals, he should have won in a rout over Ken Caminiti, but he got it because he did better at the plate. That's silly. Is it a Gold Glove? Is it for defense, Burley?
Sure is.
Yeah, or Burlhead, since we mentioned Gaetti. That's what he tags you with. The Blues.
Yeah. Well, matter of fact, Rip, I just talked to Gary last Saturday at the Halloween parade.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah, he's excited about things that's going to be happening here in Centralia.
And what was the latest he mentioned? Now, he's in on Gaetti Sports Academy. Is that correct?
Yes, uh-huh.
I mean,
they got big plans for the Meadowwoods Country Club.
Yeah, well, that's going to be great. Hope it goes well for him and all. And I know he's mentioned that before on the side, not on the year. Well, I haven't had him on now for about a year, but that's been in the works for a while with some other developers and so forth. So that's going to be. When's that set to open? You have any? Or, you know,
I really don't know.
Could be a while.
Sure. I don't know if they've even started doing anything out there yet.
Yeah, could be a good while, but. If the G-Man's behind it, it's gonna go all right. What a player! What a good guy. So,
yeah.
Hockey. The Blues are in that early season slump. They were headed for their 3rd in a row the other night. Well, before they got trounced again, 5-1 at home. So that wasn't. I haven't caught too much hockey. I've been watching college football and some other stuff. And but I'll explode on the hockey scene pretty soon. And of course, the World Series, baseball, and everything was going on, but.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of it either, and I haven't been over yet to see one of the games.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a little while for me because of some circumstance. You always go once or twice a year, don't you? At least.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Try to anyway.
Well, right now they are slogging along at 4-5-3 with just 11 points, and everybody wants Yo to get fired. It's always It is rather early.
Coach,
yeah,
right.
It is. I mean, kind of early. And the players aren't exactly. But we did have our first firing already, though. John Stevens is out at Los Angeles. His team is absolutely terrible so far. So he's the first casualty of the NHL season. There will be probably 3 or 4 more.
Well, at least the Blues have got Fabry back. Maybe he can help and turn them around a little bit.
Yeah, and I didn't see the game. I was watching college football Saturday night, actually, Alabama, and I didn't catch many highlights. So he survived. He didn't get hurt, huh?
Well, so far so good.
Did I tell you about the picture somebody had on Twitter of what was supposed to be Fabry? He had a picture of a Blues hockey player with the helmet on, and he said, "This is how we're protecting Fabry as he shows up on the ice tonight." And he was completely in bubble wrap.
That's good.
How do they do this stuff?
I don't know, but it's a good thing that he didn't fall down, because you know what everybody likes to do when they see bubble wrap, they want to step on it.
That is true. Yeah, maybe that wouldn't have been such a. But he's an exceptional young player if he can just stay on the ice and. Always injuries and boy, hockey. Those guys are tough. They play hard every night too. Tougher than football, I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean and I know they have the shifts and stuff, but I mean they're going at 20, 25 miles per hour, constant hitting and so forth, and I think it's a lot. Let alone get hit by that puck. That'd do you in right there.
Yeah, first you'd have to learn how to skate, and that leaves me out for sure.
Yes, well, that leaves most of America. We used to play a lot of pond hockey, believe it or not, Burley. Did we ever tell you about that back in the day? Oh my goodness, it was.
Yes, I went out to a few of those games, and I took care of the refreshments.
Oh, the refreshments, yeah. Well, they were.
Yeah.
But we would play all day for 2 or 3 days while you could before another splash of sun came and melted everything. Man. Oh, those were good days. Good days. High school basketball. That's on tap next. The girls began practice last week. The boys, I believe it is this week. Everything kind of tips off around Thanksgiving in there, maybe a few ahead of it a little bit. And the JUCO basketball roots already rolling. And I know, well, both of us were there for last. That was Thursday night's game, right? The Kaskaskia College Blue Devils against Lincoln Land, the Loggers.
Lincoln Land, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Devils were impressive.
Yeah, well, Lincoln Land, like you said, Lincoln Land, they only dressed 8 players, but still they hung in there for a while, but KC just had too much. I mean, KC's got some good ball players this year, along with, Belcher's still there from last year. And, we got Jordan Maines. He's a freshman this year from Centralia.
Yeah, that was good. Good to see him play.
And
he did well.
There's Thomas Bell. He's 6'5", but I don't remember where he was from. But, boy, he can jump, and he slammed in a couple good ones.
Yeah, he was the lefty, huh?
Yeah.
My goodness. They need an athletic soul. They've had a couple in the past, and maybe he'll take over that role. He also missed one. He got up so high, he hit the back, he hit the support. I mean, not the rim necessarily, but the little, I forgot my basketball terms.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, too.
You know what I'm talking about. And then Gons from Oakville, we've got, so there's some local flavor in there, too. But, yeah, they definitely picked it up, the pace that second half and everything. And then Saturday I went back. I just saw half of the men's game. They just, as they should have, they blew out the Lindenwood JV team. And they've got 2 or 3 real nice players on there, but they stomped them. And I got a first look at the KC Blue Angels team after we had Coach Jenkins on that morning, and that was they played Danville. Actually, Burley Danville, who's a Division II school, they beat Rend Lake already. They came with just 6 players. I think they're restarting that program.
Wow! And, how did that game turn out?
Well, actually, it was low scoring. It was real close throughout the first half, and even almost all the way through the second, really, before KC dusted them off a little bit. But KC has it's almost like KC's rebuilding their whole program. They have 1 player back, and I mean the new coach got a late start, so he's at a disadvantage. And they are short, but they hustle. I mean it could be a little tough for them this year, but we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise. And they were missing 1 girl from volleyball who will be playing with him, but I mean, he just took pretty much what was there from on campus. It was too late for recruiting and everything. But so a lot of young ladies still went out, and they're going to give it their all. And so that's all we'll see. They're 1-0. What the heck?
I think it's going to be a good season, especially when the conference starts. I believe November 20th they play John Logan, and it's always you got some tough teams in that conference.
Oh yeah, that's a Tuesday night. I'm figuring on that too. And McKendree, a few of our crew talked about it the other night. Dink and was Val there, whatever. But I tell you, that's going to be a fun bunch. Now we've got Nate Michael back for another year, Nolan Gerling again, as far as the area kids. And, he's as good as area through Tom and Shayna. And Logan Corbin out from Bartelzo under new coach Chris Foster, who we will have on Wednesday night. And that's going to be a really fun bunch to watch over at Lebanon.
Yeah, we may have to make a road trip over there some evening.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't been over. I've seen them play through their website, which you can do at any time, basically any sport, which is really cool. But I want to see these guys in person for sure this year. I already blew past the football season somehow. That's already out of the way. So, hey, LeBron, the Lakers, they're lousy, which is good. And I hope they remain that bad or actually get any worse. But how long will Luke Walton there? I mean, LeBron's the coach. But in name, Luke Walton is the coach. How long will he last before LeBron fires him?
Well, I read something today, and people were questioning Luke Walton's job because the other night when they played, they were getting beat 42-17. I think it was in the first quarter. And of course, Magic Johnson, who is the president of the Lakers, said that Luke is their coach, and he didn't have any intentions of firing him.
That's bad when they say that. That was just last night, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Because they won the game before that on the road, maybe even in Toronto. But, yeah, okay. Well, Illinois actually won a football game over a rotten team, but it's a win. They play another bad team this Sunday and this Saturday in Nebraska. Mizzou wins. Carbondale. SIU lost a heartbreaker. Rams lost. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Sam Bradford, speaking of the St. Louis Rams, did you see? He got released by Arizona. He collected around $16 million this season for playing in 3 games. That breaks down, by the way, to $228,000 per pass thrown for the Cardinals. Unbelievable. He's pulled off one of the grandest con jobs ever in sports, and there have been quite a few.
tell you what, I don't know how he did it, but it's a good thing a lot of other quarterbacks don't follow the suit. But, yeah, he did pretty good for himself.
Oh, and somebody else assigned him. He's still just 30, and there's quarterbacks are such, it's such dearth in the NFL. He'll be with somebody else. Just you wait and see. I just watched the Breeders' Cup because I missed it live Saturday. I love that stuff, Burrowhead, and Accelerate won it, and it was quite a race. $6 million Breeders' Cup Classic down in Louisville.
Well, I remember when, you made a trip down there one time, didn't you?
For the Derby, yeah.
Derby?
Yep.
For the Derby, yeah.
And we normally had, we've had a couple of really knowledgeable horse women on in the past, and one of them just, I don't know what happened there, but I won't even, but Katie Gensler she's got a young one. She's gotten so busy. She just, so I might have to up that with someone else come next summer. But yeah, Stoney, our buddy Stoney loves the horses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
good old Brad.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Harvick won on the NASCAR circuit. 2 races remain as it's the playoff run. And in golf, Bryson DeChambeau won, as did Nasa Hateoka. She won in Japan. You didn't know
That's good.
That's pretty good Japanese, and if I'm wrong, who would know?
Right, I sure don't.
Although I will say this, we had Spencer Patton on, who played the last 2 years of Major League Baseball in Japan. We had him on, and he had, what was it? I believe my board out Ben told me we maybe had 100 from Japan listening to that, and they apparently translate on this on our website through somehow. I have to check through our archives at Wcso967.com. So Spencer has a big following. He's going to try and hopefully hook up with a major league club in the States again for next season. Quite a guy.
Yeah, that'd be great if he could work his way back.
He was really good over there. So, all right, Burley, I think we got to slip away. Anything else?
I just want to give a shout out to Keegan and Briar. They're in the other room listening to Papa Tom on the radio.
Keegan and Briar. Okay, good to have them aboard, and they're good young athletes too.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Rip.
Aren't they?
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I thought.
They're both. They're involved in basketball, baseball,
soccer.
You name it.
That's true. That's good. Tiddlywinks, maybe. Yeah, that'd be good.
Sure. Yeah.
Love that game. All right. Thanks, Burley.
All right, Rip. See you.
That's Burley and his bunch from Centralia on Talking Sports on Scores and Stuff, which was brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work just around the corner. It's Lonnie Lewis, Brad Coons, and the Prep Athlete of the Week. Don't stray.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordikeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Yeah, hello everybody, Rip here in the warm and cozy Bird Watson Health Mart studio. I hate this dark weather. What are we going to do? Okay, let's take the Express Loop guest line. That's what we're going to do, and we go out for Carlisle Lady Indians volleyball coach Lonnie Lewis. Lonnie, welcome back.
Thanks, Rip.
And it's a quick return for you. We just had you on after the regional championship, and since then you almost pocketed a sectional title against the Nashville Hornets, but they proved a bit too strong overall on Halloween night.
Yeah, it was a heartbreak ending to our season, but we sure made it farther than we ever expected to. So
yeah,
kind of bittersweet.
You did very, very well, though. The Hornets did take your team out 2-0, 25-20, 25-17, and that was over at the 2A Redbud sectional for that crown. They just took control early, didn't they? They blistered you right from the outset in that first game.
They sure did. Yeah, they sure did. We just, I think, were rattled right from the get-go. I think the girls were a big ball of nerves, and everything that we had worked on the day before seemed to just go right out the window, and before you knew it, we were down 8-0. So, we did recover a little bit.
Yes.
If you get rid of the beginning of that game and the last 7 points of the second game, we battled with them point for point. So, but unfortunately, if you give up too much, you're going to end up on the losing end. So,
but even in that first game, you got back into it, did you? And you made it a game.
We sure did. We did. We kind of settled down a little bit, kind of refocused, kind of, went back to what we do best, which is hit, and started to get the ball to our hitters a little bit better. Brooklyn came through pretty big in that first game. She had some pretty good ones over top of the block. They blocked very well, Nashville girls did. And we were hoping that our strategy was going to work with moving the ball around, getting around it, and they ended up coming up with quite a few blocks. But for a while there in the first game, I thought we were going to pull through, but just fell short in that first one.
You went on a 12-3 splurge there before they got control again, up by 3-20, and then carried it home. And then you got out of the gates fairly quickly in that second, up 8-4.
Yeah, it seemed like we were going to settle a little bit in the second one,
right.
And I thought, here we go, let's battle. And, we've come back and made it a 3-game, showdown in the past, and I think the nerves just settled in again. So it's just when it came down to the wire, we weren't able to get the ball to Molly DeCamper in the middle as much as we'd like to, and Brooklyn really struggled to get around the block in the second game. No matter where we put it, they seemed to shut her down. She still managed to pull out about 15 kills that night. So, she on an off night pulled down 15 kills.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, she still marked up her share, didn't she?
She sure did, yeah. She ended up with a spectacular season. So did Molly DeCamper. And, just the whole rest of my team, I can't brag on them enough. They really worked so hard. And, after the game, talking to a few of the reporters, I just say it every time. I said, I have 13 girls in my whole program. So 7 of those 13 are freshmen and sophomores. So, it's just hard to do anything in practice. It's hard to really push them to the next level, but these girls worked above and beyond this season, and I'm really proud of their success this season. Who would have thought at the beginning of the season, we started out like 4-8, something like that. Who would have thought we would have ended up in the sectional championship,
Well, you're right. And you do it. It is all about quality, not quantity with your club, but that is tough just for practices, workouts, and such, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. I said it before. We've had nights where Allie, my daughter, my assistant, she played. She put on the knee pads or the shoes or whatever.
Right.
And, there was times where I had to jump in there and serve a little bit or
there
do whatever.
There you go. How is that serve, Lonnie? Aces?
Well, I try. I used to be able to serve both right and left-handed. But
is that right?
A few weeks ago, I cannot serve left-handed anymore at all. So, it's challenged me. I'm getting up there in my years. I've been doing this for a long time.
But you are a natural right-hander, though, huh?
Yes, I'm a natural right-hander. So I guess when it comes to volleyball, I always was a little bit ambidextrous, but that's about it in volleyball.
Interesting, though. So this during actual competition, high school, whatever, you went either way, right or left?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, high school and in college, I kind of went. It depended on where the set was. I was able to use my left hand quite a bit. My good old friend Chris Detmer. I don't know if you know her.
Familiar with the name, but I mean, I really don't know.
Yeah. She runs the Clinton County Elite Volleyball Club.
Okay.
So I try and push a lot of my girls her way. Way back in the day, we played in high school together, and she pretty much self-taught herself to hit left-handed, and it just sparked my interest, and I thought, I want to do that. I started working on it, and I tried, and before I knew it, I got stronger and stronger, and I was able to do it. But, you know, old habits die hard, so when you're out of it for a while and you don't use it, you kind of lose it. So
one more thing on that. Have you seen anyone do that through high school in the last few years, by chance?
Actually, quite a few years ago, Kayla Evascared from Mater Dei.
Did
went to Upstate with Jen.
USC Upstate, right?
Jen was my bestie growing up, so we stay in touch quite a bit. Volleyball brain on the brain there. But she recruited Kayla Evascared from Mater Dei, and that girl was so fun to watch. She could hit with both right and left-handed.
Very good.
So she was always fun to watch. I enjoyed that group of girls. Brooke Schulte and Kayla Evascared, and there were a few others in that class.
Yeah. Incidentally, we had Jennifer on a week or two ago, so if you didn't hear it and you were probably either playing or practicing, just go to my website and stuff and catch up with it. So, but
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, she
cracks
always
me up with her Southern accent. You know, she's Illinois born and raised, and she's been living in South Carolina for a long time, and she has that Southern twang down there in South Carolina.
I like that Southern twang. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, us guys.
Shout out to her daughter. Her daughter's a sophomore in high school and picked up her 1,000th dig. She's a libero.
Got a future,
her, high school team. Yes, she does. That girl's been hitting the volleyball since she was in diapers. So, and she's going to take after her mama and looks just like her mama.
Probably so. But back to you guys. I believe 4-6 in the conference. You won 2 in-season tournaments and 21 wins on the year, 21-14, but that's it's pretty darn good if you ask me. And I think you won 17 of your last 23 matches.
Yes. We kind of went on a streak and, had a few here and there. I mean, we have some tough competition in between there, some conference matches.
You got it.
Columbia, Freeburg, Central, in between there. But I think the turnaround that made the difference for us is after we came back from Benton, I made a lineup switch. I kind of switched a few things, and I moved Brooklyn and Molly opposite each other on the floor to make sure I always had one or the other in the front, and I moved a few people defensively. I moved Logan Von Hotten to a different position in the back row, and I brought in Alicia Knox on the floor, and that made the biggest difference in the world defensively. And I can't brag on Logan enough. Logan is hands down the most improved player of this whole season, maybe even of all the girls that I've coached.
Wow.
I'm so proud of her. She has really come a long way, and I have super high hopes for her for next year. I'm really excited about the player that she has turned into. But
she was right there with Diggs with Brooklyn, wasn't she? I mean, she
absolutely was, and I think she more than doubled that total after we made that switch.
That could be.
It was just such a good fit for her. I moved her to the left side rather than the middle back position, and I put Alicia in the middle back, and it just made a big difference. And before you knew it, we started winning, and we started winning well. And that's when we turned around that next weekend after Benton, and we went to Vandalia, and we won there. And then we really worked on that lineup. We had a good run in between there, and then we went into Carlinville that last weekend in September, and that's where we were matched up with Greenville, who ended up in our subsectional, and Carlinville. So beating those two teams in that tournament, I think that's what pushed us over the edge and helped us get that number 1 seed. And, that kind of set the route for us to go into our own regional and, then be matched up with Carlinville again, which they gave us all we can handle in that regional championship game. They were tough competition, but, and then moving on, we were matched up against DuQuoin, who I think we were a little bit, my hitters were a little stronger than their hitters, and our defense did well that night against them. So, but unfortunately, that matchup with Nashville, we just, the defense just wasn't there for us, and it was big time for them.
Well,
they really played great defense that night. So.
You had a good set of players. Brooklyn Molly lead the way. Kayla Geterslaw, who was our athlete of the week from 2 weeks ago, and you're going to have, or did they announce already the all conference, or somebody left it on?
They have not released it yet, to my knowledge.
Who's playing? Somebody's playing yet, right? from the conference?
Well, not in our conference anymore.
Okay.
No, we were the last one in the conference.
Yeah, so then that'll be forthcoming pretty fast then.
It'll be here any day, I would expect.
Right.
Yeah.
You lose three to graduation, Lonnie. Hate to see them go, but again, I think you're going to be okay.
Yes, I think so. Brooklyn has huge shoes to fill. All three of them do. But I think the one that hurts absolutely the most is Kayla, only because our whole program is so small. She has basically one setter behind her, and that is a freshman who was taught in the middle of the game at Centralia. Our other setter for JV went down with an injury, and we taught Riley Dar, okay, Riley, you're setting. And go here, do this, do this. And she picked it up quick, and she did a really good job. So we're going to keep pushing with her. I have Alyssa Butler, who's a sophomore, who does some setting also. But, we're kind of like Kayla was. Her sophomore, junior year, we're starting over again and training a whole new setter. And, your whole game just revolves around your setter. So, it's tough to replace Brooklyn, obviously, when you have a huge hitter like that. But like I said, I have high hopes for Logan. I think she's going to do well. I have some Renton girls coming up, sisters, that play the left side. So one of them can step into the other spot next year. And I have Molly coming back. And I have Alicia and Caitlin Dornan coming back. So,
it's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right. I just hope that I get more freshmen next year.
I know.
Would make a big difference if we could actually have a freshman team and build from there.
Definitely.
So crossing my fingers.
You got it.
Every year I ask Santa for something, either for a setter or for more freshmen. So it's going to be number one on my list again for Santa to bring me more setters and more freshmen.
This time, it's that those Santa prayers are going to pay off. All right, so
I hope so. I must have been bad last year because he didn't bring me anything last year.
I don't doubt that actually.
Yeah.
All right, Lonnie. Hey, thanks for the visits to Talking Sports. Congratulations on a really good year at Carlisle High.
Thank you so much.
All right. See you, Lonnie.
See you, Rip.
And the seniors, Emily Gepke, Brooklyn Smith, and Kayla Gieterslow from the Volleyball Wars anyway. A break is due, and then another Athlete of the Week shall be named.
Hi, Amanda Hugo, Internet Marketing Gal here at Jansen Chevrolet. Everyone who works here strives to give you the best service and experience possible, and our track record speaks for itself. Jansen Chevrolet is #1 in new Chevrolet sales in Clinton, Marion, and Washington counties. In addition to the way we do business, this is home, and we support local charities and communities and are proud that our customers, through the years, have become our friends. Jansen Chevrolet on Route 161 in Germantown.
If you're in need of a quality meat processing plant, there's just one place to turn: Trenton Processing. For nearly 50 years, this family-owned and operated business has served Clinton County and beyond. For good reason, too. Trenton Processing offers the very best in retail and wholesale products, custom butchering, deer processing, and plenty more, including specialty pet items. Trenton Processing at 120 West Broadway in Trenton, the home of Sugar Creek Smoked Meats.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
Your future is now with Central Illinois Truck Service. Hi, this is Perry Stanfa. We are looking for new team members, over-the-road hopper bottom and in-dump drivers, plus diesel mechanics. Apply today. Central Illinois Truck Service offers excellent paid health benefits, a good, stable, family-owned company. To apply, call Eva now at 664-2646 or stop by Central Illinois Truck Service, 1713 East Bowman Drive, Greenville, Illinois.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to the Bird Watson Health Mart Studio. Rip here on a Monday night where the time is 6:35. That particular time drop is brought to you as always, by Zero Funeral Home in Carlisle. One other volleyball note, the KC Blue Angels season came to an end at Missouri on Saturday in postseason play. They went quite a distance, but they were swept by Mineral Area 25-21, 25-13, 25-11. And KC's coach Kim Rahar will be with us Wednesday night, along with Chris Foster from the McKendree Bearcats basketball team. Here's the athlete.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're the best.
The Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Body by Boyd in Carlisle. Your complete gym and physical fitness center is Body by Boyd. And by Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze, the choice for pizza, pasta, and more. Call 526-7040.
I need to sneak this into. He's a former athlete of the week. Westland's cross-country star Justin Mumford. He finished 47th in 1551 in the Class 1A state cross-country meet Saturday, so congrats to him on an outstanding season. This week's, for last week, you know how it's played. She is Mater Dei Lady Knights volleyball player Jessie Timmerman. The sophomore parlayed 36 assists in MD's 2 sectional matches last week. She had 19 against Murphy, and she carded 17 against Althoff. So Jessie Timmerman of the Mater Dei Lady Knights Nutters is the Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week. She's going to salvage a $10 gift certificate to Little Augie's Pizza. We'll return. Come back with us.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Hi guys, this is Ed from Dine Chevrolet in Trenton. Do you need a new vehicle, but you run into some bumps on the credit road? I'm here to help you. I've been getting credit challenge drivers behind the wheel for several years. I have several lending sources, and I work hard to get the very best rate possible without jumping through a lot of hoops. Dine Chevrolet. Discover our service, our selection, and our great pricing. Call me, Special Ed, at 402-3304 or visit us at DianeForALoan.com to get started.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcso Sports. Wcso Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, HSHS St. Joseph Hospital, Breeze, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, Southern OBGYN Associates, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman, Central Illinois Truck Service, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and by the Carlisle and Breeze Hardys. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everyone. Rip here in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio again every Monday, Wednesday night, 6 to 7, Saturday mornings, 9 until 10. Once more, Wednesday night, it's KC Blue Angels volleyball coach Kim Rahar after a successful season, and from the McKendree Bearcats basketball team, their new head coach, Chris Foster. Isaac Rental Property says we're headed for the stretch drive on Talking Sports. You knew that, right? And we're coming back to finish it off with Brad Coons on football.
If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks.
And you can relax when you shop Munkins because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Bronability dealer in Breeze. Southern Bus and Mobility stocks the most popular wheelchair-accessible vans from Bronability, including lowered-floor minivans with side or rear entry ramps. In addition to personal wheelchair vans, Southern Bus and Mobility has a huge line of commercial buses, school buses, and mobility products to buy or rent. They also sell and can install wheelchair scooter lifts, hand controls, and special turning seats. Call 526-4131. Stop by east of Breeze on Old Route 50 or southernbusandmobility.com.
You took the time to customize your home. Did you do the same for your home insurance? Country Financial can customize your insurance to fit your life. We are one of the few companies that offer an additional replacement cost option that replaces your house at today's prices. Call me, Teresa Richards, at 526-1100 or Keith Wilkin at 526-1179 or come see us at 617 North Main in Breeze to find out more about protecting the house you have made a home.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
Hello for one more important block here on Talking Sports on this Monday night. We're in the Bird Watson Health Mart studio. Let's latch on to the Express Loop guest line for Central Illinois and Plano Reapers football coach Brad Coons. Brad, welcome back.
Hey, Rip. How's it going?
It's going just fine. How about with you and yours up there?
Hey, we're doing great up here. It's good to be back on the air. I was just thinking, man, how many years of Talking Sports has it been?
Oh, I'd have to. This goes back a long way, Brad. I really don't know. 15 years? I'm not sure. 15, probably the full gamut, and of course, almost every. But for a few who may not, Brad was at Carlisle High as an athlete, football, basketball, and you also coached here. Well, those were some good times, weren't they, Cooney?
Yep, definitely miss them all the time. You know, built a lot of great relationships during that time period, and you know, still keep in touch with a lot of those guys. And you know, obviously, the people you grow up with, you never forget them. You think about them all the time, and thank God we have Facebook nowadays. And you know, even though I'm not right there, I can still, you know, see my friends and their families growing up and stuff. So it's
very true.
A good thing.
Very true. That does help out in that situation. But for the last, how many years now have you been up at Plano?
This will be my 9th year.
9th year, and is the 5th as head coach?
6th is my 6th.
I think I'm always one behind with you there, Brad. You're too fast for me yet.
That's okay. I'm not as fast as I used to be, though.
Well, none of us are. None of us are. And the thing is, which is really good to polish it up more, you've had success too. And, in fact, you returned to the 4A playoffs this past season. So congrats on that.
Thanks. Yeah, it was definitely a good year for us. You know, we missed the playoffs last year, and that was kind of a rough setback. And you know, we're glad to kind of get back on track. We felt like this year, and you know, we ended up 5-5 after the playoff game, and so definitely good to make it back to the playoffs though, and taking a step forward.
Yeah, there aren't many misses for the Plano Reapers, are there? And had you missed it any other time as the head coach of Plano besides the last season? No,
that was my only time. So yeah, that's the only one. So,
but it's going to happen now and then. And it seems like you were overloaded. Didn't you have a whole bunch of seniors the year before that graduated? So you were really pretty young.
I mean, we had a senior class of 43 the year before that. Yeah, and so the junior class at that time, there were only, I think, 12 or 13 juniors in the program, and you know, we ended up with, I think 16, but only 7 of them had actually played football the year before. So
Right.
There was some turnover there, and so last year we had some growing pains starting out, and I'd say this year we had some growing pains starting out our first 2 games, and so we kind of started out slow 1-2, but as our players got better and more comfortable doing all the things we need them to do, we were able to be successful.
Yeah, you turn it around. You did real well. And I don't know if you want to talk too much anymore about. I do want to. First of all, where is Richmond Burton? And secondly, that's who you met in the post. They must be one outstanding club.
Well, Richmond Burton is. You can see Wisconsin from.
No way.
From their game field. Yeah, it's right there on the border. So we made the trip up there, and I don't think we realized. Well, they have a player that's going to Arkansas. He's a defensive end, an offensive lineman, and when we watched him on film, we were like, oh, we should be okay. We should be able to handle him. And he was just a load. He just kind of dictated. He dictated everything we did, and the score is not indicate. It doesn't indicate exactly how the game was played. It was a lot closer than that. I'm one that if we get down, I'm going to start taking risks, and some of those are going to result in the other team scoring touchdowns.
Exactly.
So I just I could have played it try to play it close and not we want to slow the bleeding. Shoot, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off and bleed all I can.
The only option was to take a chance or two, right?
Yep. So we we started out the game. We were on their second play, and they threw a wheel, and it got tipped by our corner, and he tried to knock it down, and their receiver ended up catching it and going into the end zone. Besides that play, there was not another offensive play on either side over 15 yards. It was a defensive, it was a defensive and field position battle the whole night. And so our best running back, who ran for 1,200 yards this year, Dimitri Coker, broke his ankle in week 9. And so we didn't have him, and so we had we usually use 2 running backs anyway, so we thought we'd be okay with our backup, or not our backup, but our other starter, and we definitely could have used Dimitri in that game
and the game before, but you can't legislate when those injuries happen. So hopefully he's going to turn out. Did you say is he an upperclassman? Is he?
He's a senior.
He is a senior.
So we're really working to try to get him healthy, so he can have a chance to do some of the senior combines and stuff. Trying to find him a spot in college, because he's definitely a good player.
Good. Did Richmond Burton win this past weekend?
They did.
Well, good.
They did. So we got four teams that we played. We beat Herscher, and they're in the quarterfinals of 3A, and we lost to Coal City, Marengo, and Richmond Burton.
Barely.
Yeah. And they're all 3 in the quarterfinals of 4A. So
good. Yeah, some tough competition. But that loss, the playoff loss, of course, you want to be on that grid again this, last weekend first and so forth. But it doesn't steal what you did during the regular season. You did break even after the playoff loss. You were 5-4, end up at 5-5, and you were 4-1 in the always difficult Interstate 8 conference too. Only Coal City was on top of you.
Yeah, and that was a game that we would give anything to get back. We were just having issues catching our snaps. We used gun, we used shotgun, and we dropped 4 snaps in the game.
Really?
And we only lost by 4 points. So we were right there with them the whole game, and it was just a matter of a couple plays keeping us from winning that game and winning conference. So, there's nothing you can do to go back, obviously, and that was one that we would take back in a heartbeat. But
was there some wet conditions, Brad, or just one of those nights?
It was just one of those nights. Our quarterback had a heck of a year for us, scored 20 touchdowns in the season, between passing and running, and was very balanced. I think he had around 600 passing, 600 rushing. But
beautiful.
That night he started for some reason clapping every time we snapped the ball. And so there were a couple snaps that were a little high, and since he clapped, his hands didn't make it back up to the ball. And so that was kind of an old habit that he had that just kind of came back in the heat of the moment. And, little things like that are what win and lose championships. And, I wish we would have noticed that earlier in the night. Maybe we would have made him aware of it so he could stop.
Yeah. Well, Coal City is 9-1. They went undefeated in your conference, and that's the only team. They kept you from a 6-game winning streak, that 4 or 5 point loss.
Yeah, and I think we're the only team besides Morris that scored more than one touchdown on them. I might be wrong, but
oh yeah, Morris used to hear a lot, so they're still salty, huh?
Yeah, they're good. They went to the finals last year in 4A, and this year the conference that they're in, unfortunately, they're with a bunch of 5A schools, and so they're probably one of the best teams in 4A, but they didn't make the playoffs because of the schedule they played.
Okay.
So they went 4 and 5. Okay. But lucky us, our conference changes next year, and Morris is going to be in our conference.
Morris
so
will be.
Yep. So that'll be. We're staying in our conference. All the smaller teams in our conference are leaving, and we're bringing in a bunch of bigger schools. So it's going to be an interesting transition, and one that we've got to be ready for.
Yeah, I knew when we had you on last year at this time, you mentioned, and I couldn't remember if that took place now or partially or what. Because now, how many will you have in? Will you have 5? Will you have 6 in your division anyway, or what?
Well, it'll be an 8-team conference.
8 team up to 8. Okay.
Yep.
So
it's us and Sandwich are the only 2 still staying, and we bring in Ottawa, LaSalle, Peru, Rochelle, Morris, Sycamore, and Canelan.
Just keep Richmond Burton out of there.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
No, that's good. But you had the Interstate 8 large and small. Now it's getting revamped. Brad Coons is with us, one of Carlisle's faves, and he's been coaching the Plano Reapers for 6 years now as the head coach. 9 in all, right up there, Brad?
Yep.
And so how would you best – last year, zipping 5 in league play, 3 and 6 overall, and now you sparked back up again. So if you had to just in a few – how would you best sum up this season then? And what were the strengths? It sounds like you had some really good athletes again, and when you came up sharp, maybe what was the problem? Probably not so much in the way of mistakes and errors, was it? Turnovers or?
Yeah, it was more situational stuff. Turnovers, and we had some fumble problems early on in the year, and we remedied those. But our defense was solid all year. We were 4th in the state on all levels for tackles for loss. And I think we were in the top 15 for sacks. So, early on we gave up a couple big plays that cost us, but we were really stingy on defense. And as far as offensively, we kind of caught fire after week 3, and just kind of committed to our running game. And we reeled off some games where we ran a lot of yards and we were able to score a lot of points. And
boy, you did. Week 3 33, 14 against Coal City, 33, 26, 40, even 20 in that loss to Wilmington. So you played a lot of points there.
Yeah, it was a good year in that aspect, and so that was kind of our strength. And our Achilles heel all year is we had a kicker last year that was our 2-year starter and was a soccer player, and this year we weren't able to get any soccer players, so we struggled with field position all year. And there were times that we had like some negative punts and stuff like that it's definitely going to be something we address in the off season. But
by the way, Brad is and I'm not sure, I didn't look to see, but Highland, they're just dominating. They won again 56-35 over Mattoon the other day. Do you have an idea do you know who they play next? Or are they getting some pub up there? Boy, the Bulldogs are good year in and year out.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they play next.
Yeah, I didn't check either. I didn't know if somehow you just can. And Greenville's another one. They're the only two anywhere from really within our area range that's still alive. Everybody from the locals went out pretty quickly. But again, you had a really good team. How many conference crowns have you won as the head mentor, Brad?
I just won one.
You won one?
I won one my first year.
The very first year.
Yep, and we've been trying to battle ever since. And we have a couple second places, but yeah, only one.
Well, it's tough to gather them in. And would you say was that your best year or not necessarily?
Yeah, I'd say that was probably one of our best teams. I mean, that year we went 8-1 in the regular season and won conference, and then we won our first round game, and in the second round we lost to Geneseo, and they ended up being the runners up.
Did they? Were they?
Rochester.
Okay. But you've had a remarkable group of athletes at Plano, and so many, man, like you said, was it 43 seniors the year before or whatever? And
yeah,
how many were out for your team? I saw a list. I mean, there's a lot of names on that on those sheets.
Yeah, I'd say if there's one thing I do, it's recruit. I obviously do football. I'm also the head track coach, and we don't have a bowling team. We have a bowling club.
All right.
We compete in IHSA events, but it's just a club, and I run that. So I try to get as many good people around me as I can, and do what I can to make as many kids come out that can contribute and get something out of it for themselves.
You've always got good crews, and you do have those kids who have went on to the college gridiron, which is always cool.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, I was the head coach when he was here, but I mean we've got a guy, Joseph Jones, who's out playing for the Broncos at linebacker right now. And I was an assistant whenever he played here, and we have a receiver right now that's out at North Dakota, and our quarterback from a couple of years ago is at Western Illinois. So I mean, and we've got more than that, but we've got a good group of kids, and we really do all we can to push for them to have a chance to go to college. And we're fortunate that colleges come through our school and come seek out our kids. So it's just trying to build that relationship with the college coaches and getting them in here is half the battle.
And among many others, one of our favorites, I never got to know him, I never met him, but Seth Noloff's friend up at Eastern from your place, Nick Nasty, with one of the greatest names in football.
Yeah, and he's finally moved back up here. He was down in Europe. He was down in the Belleville area for a while, so he's back up this way too. So I've seen him a lot more than I had prior.
One or two things off the mark, Brad. You're probably disappointed, or well, you tell me. And Mark Rick's Miami Hurricanes, the place where you logged a lot of time down there at the U in your college days.
And it's a struggle right now for them. But I think they're in a position right now where they're not out of the conference race. Obviously, Clemson's the team to beat, but they have a chance to win their half of the division and play them in the finals. And,
oh, really?
Okay. But they have a lot of things have to happen. They have to win out, and there's a couple other things that have to happen. But,
yeah, Clemson is just romping, aren't they? They
Yeah,
scored 77,
Clemson,
I think, the other night, didn't they, against Louisville the other day? Was this Saturday?
They had a really great night the other night, and so it's. And I know they're having a quarterback controversy, but I mean, it's really tough to say, what's going on. I mean, there's a senior, and then there's a redshirt freshman.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, the whole wild card of things is there's a true freshman that's supposed to be the best quarterback we've ever had.
There's your guy.
So I mean, there's a lot of politics, a lot of logistics going into why is the senior still starting and whatnot. But I really like Mark Richt, and I think things are going to be good. I just think that Miami fans are crazy. They are ready to fire him already. I mean,
I believe it. I mean, actually, there's too much that goes on in all across the country in all sports. Too fast, too quickly. My goodness. So, anyway, maybe we can talk college football at a later date. I know we've done that in the past here with you, and around playoff time or something. Hey, finally, the family, everybody, the twins, doing okay?
Yep, they're doing great. They'll turn 3 up here in December.
3.
Yep.
Wow.
Going fast. So
I
they're
bet
both around 45 pounds.
I was going to say, I bet they pack it away.
They do.
Why not?
They definitely do, and they're all over the place. So we were actually down this past weekend, went to the St. Louis Zoo, and we took the iconic Phil the Gorilla picture, and
of course
all that good stuff. So
I think that's their 20th Phil. I'm not sure. I remember Phil when I was a little one.
It might be. Well, no, the statue.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a whole, yeah. I did deal in statues, statues. But okay, hey Brad, appreciate your time as always. Let's get together if we can work it out for the college football roundup later on. Like I say, I think we've been doing that anyway. And but thanks for coming on tonight. Congrats on another really good season with the Plano Reapers.
All right, thanks, Rip.
All right, we'll see you. Brad Coons. Statues. Yeah, statues. Phil, that's right, he passed. I'm not sure. Hey, I don't know about zoos anymore. Thanks to Brad Coons and also Lonnie Lewis, Tom Burleson too. Wednesday night it is Kim Rahar and Chris Foster and more. I'm talking sports, real sports talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports was powered by Anne-Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. Contact Anne-Marie for your mortgage product needs. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. Trenton Processing. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a